Okay, namaste. I have to finish. Okay, so when I was looking at this card, strangulation, okay, which is always terrible, I keep hearing that was a second resort. That's a second resort. So I don't always know what spirit is trying to tell me right away. But they're saying like that wasn't the first thing. That was like I hate to say what I'm seeing, but what I'm seeing is something happened to the first child A, right? Let's just not even say it was Jack first or Lily first, but I think it was Jack first. Anyhow, something happens to child A. Child B sees it, won't stop crying, won't stop screaming on the top of her lungs. Somebody wants to keep them quiet. The noises and their voices were an issue because when you are, I guess, high, drunk, allegedly, you can't really take noises because you want quiet so that you could go back to sleep and rest, whatever. You don't, not to say that you schmurder somebody that's making the noise, but you try to do everything to make that noise stop. But there was a shrill in her voice because she's not going to stop crying. Because she wants her baby brother to be okay. And she also feels guilty because she's blaming herself. She's blaming herself. So that makes her more upset, more crying, more upset. So I don't know, like if I feel like a punch or a push to the face, but she gets back up again. She gets back up again, maybe bleeding in the nose. And they're not really showing me who's doing the punches. I kind of see it, but I don't want to see it for some reason. Okay, so anyhow, strangulation was a second. Oh, let me just go like this. So you stop screaming, right? But you never do that to a child because they can't breathe. Okay, so that's the thing about the strangulation card. Okay, I feel sick from these, I feel sick from these cards. I don't use them often. I just got them, but I got them like a month ago, or so, but I don't like to use them that often because I feel sick right now, like I'm gonna vomit. Okay, I don't feel good over here. I feel very lightheaded. Okay, I also got the beach card. I don't know if they live near a beach. It looks like all woods, but the beach means something. The beach means something. It's almost like I want to take you to the beach. You want to go to the beach, guys? That means something. Maybe Beach Road. Maybe there's a street named Beach, and that's where the kids are located. Yeah, so beach will be a clue. Because when I shuffled these cards and when I meditated on what happened to Lily Sullivan and Jack Sullivan. What happened to the brother and sister, the sister and brother, the siblings. And then I wrote their names down and then I just shuffled. I just want to know what happened and where are they? Where can we find them? All right? Even besides what happened, where can we find them now? I don't believe they were trafficked. I believe this happened as an incident in the house. And nothing was like meditated for a long time. I don't think so. Maybe it crossed somebody's mind because I did get the insurance card the last time I did these cards. If you didn't see that reading, go back to my first two readings that are on TikTok and also Mystic Brady on YouTube. Okay, and then I got regret. So look at this picture. What feeling do you get from this picture? We have the mother. I think her name is Malaya. We have the father. He's not the father. He's not even the stepfather. He calls himself the stepfather. okay? Because the original father is in jail or prison, and he has nothing to do with the kids. All right? These are young kids, 6 years old and 4 years old. All right? So they probably don't even know him, and the only person they know is the quote unquote stepfather, who they have another little sister. So him and Malaya, I'm just saying him as this being Danny Martell, okay? Loads of regret. He has you could see it, right? The mother, not so much. She doesn't seem, she cried a little bit, but then she took off. They had a fight. Supposedly, she took off. And who would leave the family house? Because if your kids left, maybe they'll find their way back. Or maybe that's the only house they know. So why would you leave that house? No, that's suspect. So that was the last card I got. And then Spirit tells me, just shuffle one more time. Not with those cards. Just with the remainder of the deck, because the deck is really thick. It's kind of hard to work with. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle separately. Where is Lily Sullivan? Spirit guides of Lily Sullivan. Where can we find Lily Sullivan? In Nova Scotia? Yeah, they showed me, I didn't do the dowsing rods on this, but I will if you guys ask me. I was hoping that they would be found, because I did see leaves and a little foot. I truly believe that somebody took their boots and did fake footsteps in the mud or wherever those footsteps were found. That was fake. That was done with somebody like an adult, so it could be either Danny or the mother, put their hands in those boots and made those boot marks. Because no kids are I don't believe that they put on, if they're not used to going outside by themselves and they're hungry, I don't believe they put on their boots, and she put on her backpack, and the little boy, 4 years old, put on his boots, and he has a baby pull-up on. I don't believe that they went outside to play. Because your first instinct as a child is, let me find food. And that's what I believe they were doing. Lily. Where can we find Lily? Thank you, dear God. Thank you, Spirit Guides. But I did see a little foot, and I believe it's the son's foot. I believe it's Jack's foot. And it's, I believe they are together. But their clothes and their boots and things, the book bag, whatever they said they were wearing, are going to be found somewhere else. Was it planted? Yes, I believe it was planted. Okay. I got a motel, hotel. Don't know what that means. I'm just going to pick 3 and then do the sun. Ooh. Okay. Is there a motel that's near the house? Because I don't feel like it's that far from the house, but I do feel like they were put in a car and driven somewhere. And I don't feel like they were scared that the helicopters and the dogs were going to find them. I felt like they were pretty confident they weren't going to find them. I don't know. I feel like the clothes were put somewhere else, were taken. The boots and the clothes were taken, because I get the Stephen Stearns feeling. Wooded area. Assassination. Wooded area. Motel. Okay. Now I'm just going to do real quick. If it gets cut off, it gets cut off. Where is Jack Sullivan? Where could we find Jack Sullivan? Spirit guides and angels, please help us. Accident. What did I say? It was accident, and then covered over and made fraud. Accident. The devil.